Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Sidejag, the show where we talk about movies, TV show, anything that's on that flickery boob tube that we put our faces in front of, along with food, friends, and excitement. Speaking of food, November is right around the corner, which means Turkey Day. Do you guys do Turkey
Turkey.
Day?
Oh
My
yeah, man.
co-host, Mr.
Love
Hifivega.
love turkey, man. Listen, turkey, ham. I love all the things on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you ever notice like every holiday now has become like Kip the other night was talking, it's like, dude, it was a Halloween show, but they didn't call it a Halloween show. They call it like a fall festival or some
Oh,
weird
did
thing
they
like
really?
that. Yeah,
I
they
didn't
didn't
know
call
that.
it. Yeah. Because I was like,
Ah,
really, guys, can't you say Halloween?
yeah.
And it's not Christmas. It's the winter holiday or some other weird thing. And it's like I'm fine. Like you celebrate what you want to celebrate. I'm gonna celebrate, but
Right.
I'm gonna tell you what I'm celebrating because I'm happy to be celebrated. It's like I celebrate Christmas because
Right.
I like Christmas. You celebrate Hanukkah or Kwanzaa
What's
or whatever it
yeah,
is,
something else.
Black Friday. I don't know, but that's cool. Like that's cool for you, and I will celebrate with you. Don't mind. We all accept Cinco de Mayo.
Right. Exactly.
We don't know what it's about other than it's Beer Thursday. It's
Right.
like, you know, you guys just all got Cinco de Mayo in Mexico must be amazing. Y'all get drunk on that day. That's not what it's about. You know? But Thanksgiving can always be Thanksgiving for
For
now.
now, there's
For
going to
now.
be something. There'll be something. But
Oh,
but
dude.
yes,
I know.
it's
I
gonna.
was reading something today in the newspaper that I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh, really, guys? Come
Listen,
on. Like,
listen. I have a buddy, and his favorite pastime at break when we're at work is to read news articles that will infuriate him.
I
So my
know
my
that
favorite
feeling.
my favorite pastime is to watch him read them, and then often I can throw in a little jab, like, I'll play whatever. It doesn't matter what the side is. I want to be
Right.
on the side that he hates, just a little bit, just to get him going, get him wound up, get his blood pressure up.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
good
Well,
times.
there's a person that makes videos that typically does that for me. And I'll be like, all right, I'm in the mood to get pissed off. I'm gonna watch this. And for them, like, why do you do it to yourself? I'm like, I don't know, because
Yeah,
I just want to be infuriated by it. But I will say this, Dave Monroe, no, it's Thanksgiving and Christmas. Actually, we're just gonna call it Christmas with Thanksgiving as the halfway point
right.
because
It's all the way
uh,
till now. They have that shit out now.
we will be putting our Christmas decorations up the weekend I get back from SEMA. So in the first weekend of November, Christmas decorations will be starting to appear in the Beyett household. It's a 2-month ordeal,
Yeah.
and we will have a tree up for as long as humanly possible.
I
Um,
actually love Christmas. It's my favorite holiday, but I don't like doing I don't know, I just don't like doing the decorations. My wife loves it. Thanksgiving, so her tradition is when Thanksgiving over, the tree's going up, she's doing all her stuff, she's gonna switch it all out, and yeah.
nope, trees up long before Thanksgiving.
Oh, there you go. Pro move.
Yeah, but I will say this on Thanksgiving. So for like the last 4 or 5 years, we do a Thanksgiving show on 5 Star. We've been
Right.
doing it. We do a live show from the beach. So we'll be doing that
I've
again this
watched.
year, of course. Yeah, it's only been like 1 year where it was like foggy, and that kind of sucked. But
Right.
we've been doing it now. We bring Haley, so it's Haley, Fernando, and I, and we look weird chilling out on the beach in the morning, and we have a good time doing it though. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Um, and it's kind of tradition now to do an hour at the beach and just kind of hang out with everybody and before football starts. And
Yeah.
that show for us was kind of like I remember I can't remember how many people we had. I think that was like the first show we ever had like 100 people watching. Or it
Oh,
was
wow.
like it was either the
Yeah.
first show we had like 100 people or 1,000 people total. It was really
Right.
weird. And friend, I was like, "Oh, this is so awesome," and I was like, "Yeah, that's pretty cool." I remember one year, like, because we always tell people to tell us where they're from, and I think someone told us, like Russia or something like that. It was like, "Holy crap, that's awesome!"
Yeah, on Thanksgiving, that's pretty crazy. I do have one pet peeve with Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Only one.
Right.
Shocked.
This is the one that gets me, and surprisingly, it's about food. Who would have guessed that? Why do we have the same exact meals on Thanksgiving and Christmas? That I don't like.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I don't know.
Haley
Is that
Haley would
just
say
us?
because we only
Is
have
that
it once
just?
a year. So I'll tell
But
you
it's
this.
twice.
I don't care about. Oh, you mean like why do you have turkey here and turkey there?
And ham and a ham
Oh
and
no,
mashed
see, we
potatoes
don't
and
do that. We don't do that. We don't do that at
okay.
all.
Well,
So
see,
I will say every year we have the same thing for the most part. So
yeah, I'm fine with that.
we have a big Christmas Eve party. So we always have people over for Christmas Eve. Like if you were in town, I'd be like, hey, you can come. We're gonna hang out and do Christmas shit. Um, and so we just have a buffet, and it always has Publix Cubanitos, some form of chicken, either chicken
Right.
fingers, chicken tenders, chicken whatever. And then there's lately there has been, and then there's chips with specific dips, and then there's cookies, a specific kind of cookie. But it's like every year, it's like we got to get this, we got to get this, we got to get this. And like when Fernando's family started coming at the time, his daughter was vegan. And so we were like, all right, well, she likes macaroni and cheese. So we'll make a macaroni and cheese dish for okay, she wasn't vegan,
Right.
she was just no meat. And so because vegan means you can't have like milk and shit, but she was doing
Right.
that. So we made like macaroni and cheese, and then we made then the following year we made ziti, baked ziti with no meat. And so we went to Universal's Halloween Horror Nights last week. And she went with us because we took her with us.
Yeah.
Fernando and his wife were like, I don't want to go. I'm like, you guys suck. And she's like, Haley, first thing Haley said, so we're planning, we had time because if you've ever been to one of those, you have plenty of time to just stand there and talk. So we're like, hey, let's figure out our Christmas menu. And she found out that she's back eating meat. So she's like, oh, so I can make baked ziti with meat? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, cool. So that's pretty exciting. Have you ever been to like a Halloween Horror Nights, or do you guys have something like that? And
No.
scary things.
We have a haunted houses.
Yes,
We have a million haunted houses around here.
really.
Yeah, I would say there's probably at least 10 or 12.
Holy shit.
And you see how small this area is. But
Mhm.
so we have a lot of those, but we don't have anything cool like at an amusement park. I'd literally have to drive probably like 4 or 5 hours to do something like that.
Wow.
Or I guess I could go up to Branson, which is only 2.5 hours.
Okay.
But yeah,
Dude.
the horror house things. I don't know, man.
I just go. Haley's been begging for me to go, and I was like, yeah, we'll go. And oh my gosh, like there's a series. Yeah, we talked about this last week, I think, but man, dude, it was so late. So we won't. What did he say?
He likes tamales for Thanksgiving and Christmas. I like tamales on Christmas.
All right, so since this has turned into the food show, before we get to Dune, of course, Dune is the show we're going to talk about here in a minute. But side jag on that is, when I was a kid, we would do all different types. Like we had ribs one year, and we had tacos, and we'd have the steak or just all this like hot dogs and hamburgers. I mean, it didn't matter. It was just the family got together.
Yeah.
So when I met Sue, her parents were always like, we're having turkey, we're having ham, we're having turkey, we're having ham. I go, let's have fucking tacos one night. Let's do tacos. Let's do tacos.
Right.
Literally like the first 10 years, I was like, let's do tacos. Let's do tacos. Let's do tacos. So finally I stopped asking. And then one year they're like, hey, why don't we do tacos for Thanksgiving? And I go, fuck you. Fuck all of you. Fuck the whole room. I'm out.
That's the best.
I want fucking turkey.
That's ultimate troll mode.
Oh, I was so pissed. It's like, Jesus Christ, you guys suck.
Well, see, the way we do it is same meal. Thanksgiving is Christmas dinner. Always the same. We have a few family favorites, like my brother-in-law's baked beans. He makes a big tray of baked beans.
Yeah.
Really, really good, thick bacon on it.
Nice.
And then my wife makes the banana pudding, which is like one of the favorites.
That's worth a trip.
And then we have deviled eggs that gets split around. And my mom used to do when she was alive, pumpkin pies and stuff. So that got passed down to one of my nieces.
Nice.
So she does the pumpkin pies. Now, my other niece, I love pecan pie.
Oh, me too.
Listen, that's a
big
lot of
shocker there. We like the same kind of pie.
Yeah. But it's the amount of work it goes to make a pecan pie. And dude, she really
it's hard. I drive down to Publix.
Right. Yeah.
And then I drive home.
Right. She made one from scratch. And I was like, dude.
God bless her.
And I ate this thing and she knows this, so if she hears it, no one's gonna hear this, but it was not good, and I admitted such later on, but at that time, like, dude, I'm just eating this whole thing. Like, who knows how long it took her to make this?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm gonna eat this whole slice, and then we're not gonna have any more.
Mm, I'll be
Yeah.
back. I have to go to the bathroom. Oh,
Yeah.
can I get
Yeah.
another slice,
I
please?
was like, I was like, man, you were the best for making that, but we can just buy those. The pumpkins are good though. The homemade pumpkins.
California blend with Velveeta and banana pudding are staples here. Now, are you mixing Velveeta cheese and banana
Oh,
pudding together? I
no,
hope not.
sir. No,
Oh,
sir.
that sounds like gag me with a spoon.
Yeah.
But to each his own. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not here to judge. I'm not
Yeah.
here to judge because
Oh, dude.
pecan or pumpkin. Oh, pecan all the way.
That's what I
But
would
let's
choose
be
to.
honest, it's Thanksgiving, so you're
We're
gonna
getting
put two
both. We're gonna do
slices
both,
next to
right?
one another,
We're
right?
doing both. Where do you land
And
on
you're gonna
whipped cream? Where do you land on whipped cream?
oh,
Oh, dude. Jeez, dude. Get outside of my head, man.
whip it good,
I'm putting the whipped cream on there.
dude.
It's going down.
Okay, so when you're on your diet and you're like, man, whipped cream in the tub, you can get
Yeah.
low fat and all that with nothing. Watermelon.
With it.
Watermelon dipped in whipped cream. Freaking awesome. Oh my god. It's like one of the
Yeah.
best summer treats ever.
I have to try it.
Oh, it's great, dude. We were out one night, one of Sue's friends, we were staying with them, and she's just over there eating this. I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, oh, it's low fat and low this and low that. And I was
Yeah.
like, because I mean, watermelon is just basically like sugar water.
Right.
But it's healthy because it's from the ground. Whatever. So, and I was like, all right. So I tried it and I was like, God, this is good.
Dude,
Yeah.
my wife makes like this cream cheese and whipped cream like fruit dip.
Oh yeah.
And it's actually kind of low carb. I mean, it's not much. I mean,
Yeah.
of course we're not gonna have it now, but
No.
it's pretty good.
Yeah,
Right now
there's
I'm sugar-free jello with the whipped cream. So
no.
it's
Jell-O,
actually one of the
can't
best
do
things.
Jello.
Oh, you can't do jello.
No, man, I had too much Jello when I was a kid, and I
Yeah.
just got Jello'd out. Like
Did
that
your
was.
did your parents have the mold, like the old
Oh
school
yeah, it
jello
had it
mold?
all, man, dude. They made Jello and everything. Jello with peaches, and whipped cream to make it opaque. Jello, fucking Jello. Oh my god, Jello,
The green? Was it
Oh
all
yeah,
green? Was it red or
yeah. It's
orange?
green and red and orange, every goddamn color you can imagine. It's just like, what do we have dessert tonight? Ooh, what are we having? Jello with peaches.
Yeah.
Oh, can I get 2 scoops? Please. Now it's like, hey, we have Jello. You can go fuck yourself. You can get in your car. You can drive down and pick up a goddamn ice cream cake.
Oh, don't even get me started on ice cream cake.
Oh, Carvel.
Dude, yes.
Yeah,
Ice cream
that's
cakes
it. Oh yeah.
are the best.
Yeah,
Well,
dude.
all right. While we're on food,
Yeah.
cheesecake with sour cream on top. Where you at on that? Have you ever had it?
I have never had it, but I am not a sour cream person. Like I
And it
can't.
sounds terrible, but for
No,
whatever
it
reason,
sounds okay. I mean, I get what it's doing. I get where you're
right,
going with it, and I could see where it would be like, it'd be one of those things where you'd be like, no, and then you try and be like, yeah, okay, it's not bad
right.
because the sweet and the sour and it mixes together in your mouth and it kind of like washes itself a little bit, and then it probably, and you're like, can I get some chocolate sauce on this? And you're like,
Right.
yeah, that's pretty good.
The Cheesecake Factories, when I first had it like that,
Dude, they had some kind of specialty holiday one the other day that I had that I was just like, oh, this should be illegal.
oh, cheesecake's good.
This should be so illegal. Take this away from me now. I'm gonna get such a sugar buzz. What? Okay, goddamn, I had one and I just totally forgot it. Man, my brain is potatoes, cold slaw.
It's from trying to comprehend what was going on in Dune.
Yeah. Okay, so before we get to the Dune, enough on the food. If I think of what I was going to ask you, I'll come back to it. But have you been watching any shows?
I've been watching
You?
season 3.
Okay.
Where the guy is like a serial killer, or not really. I mean,
Yes,
kind
I
of
know.
is.
Yes, the girls were watching it and they were like,
Right.
yeah,
I'm watching it.
totally did. So I haven't watched anything. Oh, I've been watching The Foundation.
What's that?
It's Asmik Imhoff or whatever it is, the guy that wrote I, Robot.
Yeah.
It's on Apple Plus, and it's like it's a future story shot in the future, and it's
Right.
really good because it's that guy. And it's hard to explain other than they have the universe is ruled by the Empire,
Yeah.
which is a person. Okay, and so this guy that was in charge decided that he's going to rule forever, and so he clones himself. And there's always 3 clones, and everybody refers to him as Empire. So that's his name. Oh, excuse me, Empire.
This
But
sounds like
there's
the last Marvel movie I seen.
could be, but different. Um, anyways, so there's 3 of them, and they refer to them as Brother Dawn, Brother Day, and Brother Night. And so Brother Day is the guy that's ruling. Brother Dawn is the gonna take over when he gets to a
Yeah.
certain age, and Brother Night is the previous ruler that's just biding his time until it's time for him to die. And
Yeah.
so there's always 3 of them, and they counsel each other, and Day is always in charge. Um, and it's weird because as the story goes on, it's really the story of like they've been running the world for like thousands of years, or the galaxy for thousands of years. This mathematician figures out that like it ain't gonna last. It's going to fall apart because all good things come to an
Yeah.
end, and that's kind of the basis of this. And so history, kind of like I think where the idea, I don't know the idea, but it's kind of like when Rome was in charge of everything, and then Rome burned down. So it's
Right.
it's it's essentially that. This is what it is, and they're trying to create a library of things to give to the next whoever makes it through the war, or
Right.
the collapse of the known universe as it is. How do we teach the next people? Um, so I mean, if you look at like society as a whole, like when you look at like the predecessors to us, the Egypt and the Mayans and all those the societies that collapsed on themselves, which probably eventually happened to us too, just because
Right.
we suck. But
It's history.
um, yeah, it's history, and so that's kind of what the show is about, and just kind of travels through time and space and all this, and there's all these quirky things. And the reason why, and it looked cool, so and it has been. I've been watching it, but the reason why I wanted to bring it up is because Dune is, of course, sci-fi movie, pretty
Right.
awesome, 2.5 hours long, um, space, lots of cool special effects, and I watch it, and at the beginning when Dune starts, it says Part 1,
Yeah.
and the first thing that popped in my head was, when does Part 2 come out?
Yeah.
Is Part 2 coming out next week?
Yeah. And they
Okay.
haven't even shot it.
No, and here's the fucked up part, which needs to be the word of the show. This one will definitely get an explicit tag. When you watch these things, these movies like this, these series that we've all seen,
Yeah.
these sci-fi that literally they put a new one out every week, and the special effects are amazing. Like Picard was awesome. This show is awesome. Um, and we get these amazing special effects in these like Game of Thrones like special
Yeah.
effects. It's an 8-part mini series for God's sakes, okay?
Yeah.
And everything that's come out past, it's like making a movie now where you're going to tell me the next part's coming out in 2 years. I don't get it. I don't
Yeah.
get it. It I'm no.
And you took 2.5 hours to give me this first part.
Yeah. And
It's
then you're
like
not going to give me the second part for another 2 years?
right. Right.
Uh,
That's how Harry Potter did us. Remember that?
yeah, but so like they did, but Harry Potter made sense because we knew what we were getting into. Like,
Yeah.
and plus, when Harry Potter came out, the movie making TV machine was good, but it wasn't that good. Meaning,
Yeah.
there was like, if you went and you watched Star Trek: The Next Generation, you knew that was for TV. Because it was like, yeah, the doors sometimes didn't close.
Right.
Swoosh. And like, where are we going to be today? On the bridge. Where else are we going to be today? In the food room? Where else? On the holodeck. Let's just make the holodeck. Well, we're going to be on the
Right.
holodeck. What does that mean? It means we get to go outside and play. All right, we'll be on a holiday. All right, cool. So it's like, and then where else are we gonna be? We have 2 rooms. We can rearrange the furniture, and it's 10 rooms. So it was like that was it. And then they made
Yeah,
the movie, and it was like, oh Jesus, man, like wow. But the outside of the ship scenes were really cool.
yeah,
So now though, and then Harry Potter, it was like we only have so much special effects, and we only have so much action, and you know, but now it's like you look at Harry Potter. Even if you went back and looked at the first Harry Potter compared to the newest Harry Potter, you'd be like, oh no, they stepped up their game like
yeah,
so much. So I just feel like a movie like this
yeah.
should have been not a movie, but a TV series.
It definitely
Yeah,
should have.
it
Well,
was.
I mean, just jumping straight to the end, like they they literally just end the movie. They
Yeah,
literally end the movie. It's like there's at least in Harry Potter they tie it up. They tie up
yeah.
part one of the
Page
Deathly
one done.
Hollows, and it's like okay, I know where we're going from here. Even though I know where we're going from Dune, but it literally just ends. Like
Yeah.
you can see what's happening. I had to watch an explainer video
Yes.
after this. I was like, I don't know I know the basics. It's worth
That's
a
why
second
it's
watch,
it's
I think.
called a laser gun. Oh no, I plan on watching. It's going
Right.
on my phone for the flight. Like,
Yeah.
no, it's like I'm taking. I was telling the girls, I'm like, because here, all right, so I'm trying to watch the movie. It's like Saturday night. I was gonna watch it Friday night, and
Right.
I fell asleep at like 10 o'clock. And really, I fell asleep about 9:30. It just wasn't 10 until I could make it to the bed, and it was literally like, "Ah, need to get to." And the girls are like, "You okay?" I'm like, "I can't even
I can't
stand
make
up.
it.
I'm so tired." Like I was literally driving home from dinner. I'm like this, and they're like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "What do you mean, what's wrong? It's catching up with me. I'm getting old. I need some
Right.
sleep." Um, but so I was like, Saturday, I said, "Hey, you guys mind if I watch the show?" And they're like, "Oh no, that's cool." So the movie is so long, they had time to like watch part of it with me, get up, go to Walmart, go shopping, come back, do whatever it
Still
is they
watching this
needed to
crap?
do in the show. Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, hey, what the hell, man?
Yeah.
But they kept interrupting me. I had to pause it like 10 times. And I'm just like,
Right.
this is not the movie you pause 10 times.
Right.
Um, I'm not even like normally when we do this, obviously we try to explain what the movie's about and all this other crap. And honestly, I can't even do that because
No. I was counting
it,
on you for that because I watched the explainer and I still can't explain.
so here's a couple things that I guess would make more sense to help you kind of figure out what is going on in this. Um, Dune is a planet that mines a thing called
Spice.
spice.
Right.
Spice is a chemical that is used to travel through space. The reason for that is what they don't touch on, and I think that's kind of where the point of it is. That's why I put it's called a laser gun. So what had happened in the past in this universe is that robots and AI had gotten evolved to the point to where it tried to take over, and there was a big AI war. All
Yeah.
right. And so if you're paying attention, there's no computers, there's no laser guns, personal laser guns. There is tech. There is plenty of tech because obviously they have spaceships,
Right.
but there's no tech. It's kind of like if we were back in World War II with shield generators and microprocessors that we don't use for much, and weird stuff.
Right.
So it's just this weird cobble of stuff. But the reason why it's like that is because it's illegal.
And
The tech.
that explains the swords and knives because that was one of the questions. Like, what the
Yeah,
fuck are they doing with these
yeah.
swords?
Why do they have shield generators and swords?
Right.
How does that work? And
Right.
how come the ships have giant cannons?
Yeah.
But so the other thing that happened too is when they went to battle with these robots, supposedly is when the modern fight became, because it was like if you're going to engage with somebody, you need to look them in the eyes to kill them.
Yeah.
So the, a new thing evolved. So the whole universe adopted the fact that if we are going to fight, it is going to be man versus man or beast versus beast, and
Right.
I'm going to look you in the eye as I'm trying to kill you with my sword. So that's why, like, laser guns are firing and blowing up ships, and they're running out. Everyone's running out with swords, going, "Ah, I'm gonna kill you!" And you're going, "Wait a minute, what? Like, can't we just
Yeah,
like Star Wars this bitch up with like a cannon back of the
exactly.
thing? Go, pew, 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 pew." I mean, the
Yeah,
cool little dragonflies can have things.
yeah,
So
wings.
that kind of explains the sword thing and why swords are so important. And of course, like they have shields, and they keep saying the slow, and they kept saying it just to appease the idiots in the audience that have no clue what's going on, is that
Yeah,
the slow blade will pierce the shield. So in the big fight sequence where you have Jason Momoa just laying waste to 20,
yeah,
30 guys that finally end up overtaking him, is his fight sequences, you'll see him go like real fast and then like slow, kill the guy, and then real fast and slow to kill the guy. And that's because they all have shields, and he's like the master swordsman. He's like the number 2 guy in the world to
right,
kill people. So anyways, there's that side of it that really doesn't make any sense. But then you have, why are the Harkonnens, the big evil spice mobsters, having
right.
to leave Dune? Is really what it comes down to. And why are the nice guys coming in to take over? That doesn't make any sense. Like the whole premise for the first 20 minutes of the show, you're just like, wait a minute. So the guys that were getting super rich and are kind of dickheads are being told that they can no longer do this, and they have to give it to these guys that are like
Yeah,
nice. Why wait? Oh, I understand. So the nice guys that are coming in, they threaten the empire
right.
because they are very military savvy, and they know water. And that's why I kept saying we have water battle, we have air battle. Um, and now we'll have desert to add to our repertoire of killing motherfuckers. And the Empire doesn't like that because they carry favor in the universe. A lot of people like
Yeah,
them. Now, back to the spice and why the spice is needed, because there's giant creatures that didn't make it into this one, but were in the other video, the shipping guild or something like that, where there's these giant creatures that use the spice to do the mathematical equations in their head as like a supercomputer to
yeah.
make the jump points between two universes. So the tubes, there's these tubes that they fly into, and if you look carefully, you can see they basically create some form of a black hole that takes you from one
And they
point to the
jump.
other for the jump instantaneously. So we haven't got to see those monsters in this universe yet, which is kind of a bummer because those were neat.
Yeah,
Um, but it's a setup. The whole premise for part one is a setup. They're going to take the good guys, put them over into the bad guys. The bad guys are going to come back and kill all the good guys.
yeah.
And two things happen. They get to kill all the people that the emperor was like, I don't know if these guys kind of suck. They're getting too strong and too wealthy, and too many people like them. So if we can kill them all, that would be wonderful. So they hire an army along with their army, and they just like destroy them. Except
Yeah.
except some get away.
Some get away. And the one, Neo, you might want to call him.
Yeah, the witches. So there's witches in this, of course, and the
And well,
witches.
all the tech is portrayed as if it's mystical. So the shields,
It is, yes,
it's like it's not like just this is a shield. No, it's religious. It's like mystical, and
yes,
so
yes.
everything. I don't know if you watch C on Apple TV
No,
Plus, but it's kind of like that in that show.
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I
Yeah,
mean, a lot of Dune is one of those shows, one of those movies from or the book, I should say, where a lot of things were taken from. Star Wars was taken from there, and bits and pieces of this movie has been pillaged out over the years, which only makes sense because like
yeah,
it's a great story, but it's a story that like when they made the first movie, they tried to combine all of it into one. And
right,
yeah, they didn't do such a good job, but they didn't do such a bad job, because at least when you got done with it, you're like, that was okay. But you
right.
got the ending. This one, it was like, that's what I'm saying. This would have been a great Apple, Amazon, Netflix
Yeah,
series. give me 10 episodes, go really deep in explaining why there's no tech. You know, like
Right.
I'm sure there's way more story there than we got. And it was like,
Yeah.
okay, great. Sure. And then like one of the things I was watching was talking about how the wife is related to the Harkonnen, the big
Yeah.
fat
Yeah.
guy. And the reason why he's a big fat guy is because he was actually cursed by one of the witches, who in
Right.
the end he ends up working with. And that's why he's like, yeah, we'll do whatever you want, because he's the way he is because he got cursed by them.
Right.
He got poisoned or something like by them. So that's why he's like afraid of them, but he's also like, screw it, I'm still here. I'll do whatever I want.
Right.
And there's a
And
scene in
he
that.
actually got cursed when I watched an explainer by the same witch that Neo goes to see.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
forget the kid's name, but
Yeah. The mother. Yeah.
right.
The head queen chick.
Right.
And, and the wife is supposedly like the offspring of the two of them or some weird thing like that.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I'm like, what? Okay. But that makes sense too, because royalty often did that,
Oh yeah.
So, but oh my gosh, it was just, it's so much. And the thing, like when they jump back, so so let's talk about my biggest complaint. My biggest complaint is at the end of the day, it looked like a TV show. Okay. It was
Yeah.
a 2.5 hour space TV show with really expensive actors. Because
Yeah.
when you look at the list of actors that were in it, it's like, holy shit, how did you pay for all these people? Like,
No kidding. Jason
Jesus
Momoa,
Christ,
what's his
everybody.
name?
Dude,
Drax from I
dude,
forget his
Batista.
Batista, right.
Dude, everyone in the movie is every main character. I mean, what's his name? Freaking from Marvel, played two characters. Everyone in the movie was like, Jesus, how did they get you? What, like, did these guys just have like money just to pass out? I mean, oh my God. There was, and I think that's what made the movie kind of like, I
Yeah.
mean,
I mean, it's hard to say. I won't say that the movie is bad, but what I will say is we watched a couple movies where we didn't get stuff explained and we're just showing a slice of life. Like Mr. Brooks is a good example of that.
yeah, yeah,
So we didn't need to know all the details. We knew what was going on. We needed more details in this
correct.
movie.
That's what I'm saying. I think it would have been a better TV show.
Right.
So it's funny. You look at the first two people, Paul Atreides and then Lady Jessica Atreides, Rebecca
Yeah.
Ferguson and Timothy. I like Rebecca Ferguson. I kind of know
Right.
what she is, but not really. But then
D tier.
but then you go Zendaya, like everyone knows
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
Zendaya is, and then you go Oscar Iaska,
Yeah. Yeah.
Poe,
Mhm.
Jason Momoa, Stalin Gassard, which is, I don't know his name, but it's like there again, Doctor from Marvel,
Right.
Thor, hey man, in a fat
Yeah.
suit. I know who that guy is. And then you have Josh Brolin, have your Bardem. He was the which dude, that guy was awesome. He's awesome in every freaking movie. And I'm like, so there you go. You got one. So you have all these. It's like Javier, Josh. Hold on, I keep hitting the wrong damn button. Zendaya, Oscar, Jason Momoa. Like, what kind of freaking money did you guys have to make this? Like, why would you put that many people in the movie? Because what
Yeah.
is the likely? It's like, we want part 2. How the fuck do you get that many people in the
Yeah.
same room again?
And they're definitely putting it in the movie theaters. This won't be back on HBO
Yeah.
Max.
Oh, no shit. Oh, and of course, Dave Bautista. Sorry, Dave. I forgot you. But even like the B characters that were in there, it was like, holy crap. I mean, everyone in there was Paul Atreides. Yeah, see, thank you. Everyone that was in that movie was like that, but the whole goddamn budget was the acting staff, and I don't think it mattered. Like,
Yeah.
it didn't matter. Like, the
No.
only thing I was like, Jason Momoa, great character, didn't need him. There was a lot of
Yeah.
guys that could have done that. And let's be honest, how many of you guys when he shaved were like, why does Jason Momoa look weird?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, listen, Jason Momoa is quickly becoming uh Sam Jackson. He's Jason Momoa. He's playing Jason Momoa.
Or The Rock.
The Rock's the same way. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
The
like you
Rock's the
just,
same
hey,
way.
look, you need to do this. Hey, man, what's up, bro?
Yeah.
Woo!
And I actually love both those guys in a lot of
And they're
movies.
fine. I don't have a problem with any of that.
Yeah.
Look, you can cast Sam Jackson as Sam Jackson in any movie as long as
Yeah.
the part works. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, he's
I don't
Mace
mind.
Windu.
Yeah, I don't. It's like I don't care. He's fine with that. But
Right.
we've seen Sam Jackson in enough movies where he's acted and then where he's
Yeah.
been Sam Jackson that it's like he can pull off the role simply
Right.
enough. And The Rock, there again, he's got a great body of work that we can pull him off. Momoa's working on a body of work and he's
Right.
getting there. I think he's definitely he's cruising up, so he's got a good future in his oh, snakes on a plane. Oh shit, right? Fucking snakes on a plane. So but Dave Bautista, there again, honestly, out of all those, when you say can he act, I'd say yeah, Dave Bautista can act because like everything he's been in has been like kind of weird, but from a acting point of view, it's like
Yeah.
no, you actually got to pull that shit off. Like,
And he's got John Cena beat to death.
oh,
John Cena's terrible.
oh my gosh, no, I would like. Did you ever see him in what was the movie with Harrison Ford, the part 2 that took 20 years to make, Blade Runner,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
2049 or whatever the hell it was. Did you see Batista in that? Like Batista had
Yes.
a whole
Yep.
like 10-minute sequence in that where he's like making food and there's no action, there's no nothing, and you're just like he had
Yeah.
to seriously like act for that. And it was like, wow, this guy's like you can give him a role and he can do
Yeah,
it.
he can do it. Yeah.
I mean, he can also do the meathead role, like that last zombie movie that he did for Netflix or whatever it was, that just
I don't
quietly
think I
like,
watched it.
goodbye.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
ooh, did you miss it? Not really.
Yeah.
So, Stuber was hilarious. Like he can do comedy. Like when
Yeah.
he did Stuber, it was stupidly funny.
Yeah.
Okay, I won't say hilarious, but it was stupidly funny. So, I think and there again in this movie, what do you have? 2 scenes.
Yeah.
Why did we give them the planet? Relax. We have a plan. Just calm down. Take a breather. You're gonna
So
have a heart attack.
this
God.
is my favorite scene when this stuff happens is the Austin Powers scene. He's like, "Yeah, why don't I hired the sharks to kill him." I was like, "Yeah, but I got a gun. I could just grab my gun from the room and I'll come back and I'll shoot him and then he'll be dead." It's like, "But I already paid for the sharks and the lasers."
Yeah, exactly. When he's coming out of the black tar from
Yeah.
being sick and floating on the ceiling all night, and he's like, "Well, what about the Fremen?
Yeah.
Kill them all."
Yeah.
Okay, Emperor, calm down.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like,
I will say though, his army is like the ninjas is basically what they are.
oh, the white
Ninja
ones, the white
assassins.
ninjas. Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Those they're badass.
that's like the guild army of the Emperor.
Right.
Because yeah, those guys. But there again, Momoa cut through them like they were
Whoa.
nothing.
He's a superhuman.
It took 30 of those guys to at least get him down,
Yeah.
and then he still pulls the sword out and kills 3 more.
Well, and I was reading on the explainer, I guess you can make a projection of yourself in this universe.
Okay.
And that's the way they're explaining that is that he had a pre-programmed projection of himself that could come out and like do a battle for so long. So that's what that was because they said he did die when he got stabbed the first time, but that was a projection. So
sure,
yeah,
let's go with that.
and when I said that, I was like, you've had to have read the book, and you putting like 2 and 6 together and coming up with 10.
Oh yeah, because I mean, there again, from a purely okay. So here's the thing that kind of threw me off. Everyone that watched it this weekend, I know a lot of people watched it this weekend, and I hope some of you guys in the comments got to watch it. Enter the Dragon 2. No, is everyone was saying how great this movie was. Oh, so awesome. Some guy even went as far as says better than Star Wars. And it's like, what's Star Wars? There's 9 movies. Pick one.
Yeah.
10 movies, 12 movies. There's too many damn Star Wars movies. So you got to narrow the field down a little bit. But it was entertaining.
Yeah.
And I'm sure in 6 years when this thing is over, we can all look back on it and say, oh, dude, when you watch all of them together, it's freaking awesome. It tells a great story. But right now, it's just like, when are we getting part 2?
Yeah.
I mean,
they got
when we
me.
get really, because it's not. It wasn't a movie.
Yeah.
It wasn't a movie. It was not. There was nothing movie about it. There was a bunch of rooms, a bunch of scenes, but it wasn't. There was no movie. Even the battles were small. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
was
They were.
no.
There
Like
was
a
one
movie.
scene where they were
Yeah,
bombing them. That was it.
yeah. But other than that, it's like walking through rooms, hanging out in a tent, walking through a desert. It's like these are all this is TV shit. Like,
Yeah.
dude, I get more out of watching the freaking Boba Fett wannabe guy with the little green frog, you
Mandalorian.
know. Yeah, in the dome or whatever they call
Right.
that stupid thing. Like when you're watching, like we all watch that and we're like, holy shit, this must have cost millions of dollars to go film this. Where are they? And then you find
Right.
out, like, no, literally made like half of the spaceship, and then the rest of this shit's fake. We just
Yeah.
wheel stuff in and out, and you're like, wait, what? Yeah, the whole room spins. When your camera, just turn the camera, and the whole room just kind of shifts for you. You're like,
I see. I didn't watch that. I didn't watch the behind the scenes. So
oh, dude, like, yeah, no, you have to watch how they shoot the Mandalorian because it will change. It will change your thinking on how movies can be made and how the future of movie making is, because it's stupid. It's like they took the graphics accelerated engine for video games
yeah.
and they applied that to large scale video rooms. So it's just a parabolic room,
Yeah.
and they just, like, when you turn your head, the whole room shifts. It's all fake. It's all fake. Like, when you watch that whole scene where he's walking through the ninja town in that
Yeah.
episode, none of that shit existed. And it looks real as fuck. And it's actually funny because Universal is now using that same technology in their new Jason Bourne stunt spectacular that they do.
That's
So
cool.
they have this whole, it's a half moon stage.
Yeah.
And they literally have everything on tracks. Like he's walking and the background's changing and it's all like 8K. It's insane. So it's like in the beginning there's a fight scene and you can't really, the only reason you can tell the real people versus the fake people is because the real people are wearing masks because of COVID. And you're like,
That's
I don't
funny.
know, guys. I think we fucked this one up.
Yeah.
You know,
You
and
couldn't
it's,
CG the mask.
yeah. And the first time we saw them, like, oh my gosh, this is that same shit. And like they have buildings that come out and the whole thing just moves and they have a car chase and there's, I mean, it's insanity. But that's what I'm saying. This was a TV show. This
Yeah.
was made for TV. I would have been totally disappointed to walk in the theater and see that and then have it end the way it did. I'd have been like,
You know what this felt like? So you're talking to this girl. You don't know what you don't know what the situation is, right? But she laughs at your jokes. You'd be like, "Hey, I think she likes me." You'd be like, "Hey, would you want to go out and have lunch sometime?" Yeah. So you have lunch a few times. You're like, "Okay, we're making progress here." And then you're like, "You should come back to the place." And she's like, "Oh well, I got a boyfriend." And you're like, "I've wasted
I have a boyfriend.
I've wasted this entire 2 or 3 weeks or whatever it took."
Okay, don't think of it as hate, Deviant. It's not hate. It's just constructive observational criticism. Let's call it what it is. Just observational criticism. Because I didn't hate it. I enjoyed the shit out of it. I'm gonna watch it again. I
Yeah.
just what I found disappointing is how much of like Babylon or Deep Space Nine or
Yeah.
Picard for that matter. It's like they,
Yeah. They haven't even started shooting part 2 yet.
no.
I did hear that when I watched the explainer. They said, yes, part 2 hasn't even begun filming. That's That's infuriating.
Yeah. Well, and here's another funny one. So I watched there's two movies I watched. One was on Netflix, which had it was another superhero woman movie that had the daughter from Die Hard in it. Where she ends up like it's like Chinese. Anyways, they have this car chase that goes on through the center of the town, and she's in like this super sporty neon pink thing, and
Yeah.
it's all fake. It's literally like, all right, we need to shoot a car chase. All right, get John and Mike in here, and we're gonna shoot it on Xbox. Because I mean, it's so fake. It's not even real, and just like superimpose her face into the windshield of the car, and like they did a few of those
That's
like
funny.
those shots where it's like into the car, like like in the past where it was like they had. I don't know if you've ever seen like when the Porsche that they have with the giant arm on it that films like car chases.
Yeah.
Like it's been an ever. It's like, hey, we need to go fast. Get the dude with the Porsche. He's got the Cayenne with the big arm on it. It's
Yeah.
like you see that where it's like there's a scene where it's like they get up onto the windshield and then it's like they go through the windshield in the car and it's like they literally had to like shoot it with 10 different cameras and at some point strategically remove the windshield so that they get the camera in and all this other crap. And it's like, no, man, now they just special effects the whole thing. It's like, yeah, she's in the car. And it's like all of a sudden you're in the car and you do a 360 inside the car. And it's like, what the frick? They wanted to see it perform. So after 220 million globally and 40 million domestic with the studio,
Yeah.
part two. Yeah, I know, right? It's like,
But like, why would you make a movie in that fashion to see if it performed? Because if it didn't, what? Like,
no, dude, I'm telling
fuck
you,
everybody?
Netflix would have knocked that out of the park, and we
Yeah.
would. And it's like, dude, I mean,
HBO, that would have been a really good HBO show to follow up Game of Thrones. They haven't
yeah,
had anything since Game of Thrones.
not worth a shit. No.
Yeah.
Um. Yeah, Dune would have been awesome, but there again, whatever. I mean, hey,
Right.
that's me. Actually, I wouldn't even make part two. I would just be like, hey, you know what? Part one was cool. Let's just make it made for TV. Let's just make it a TV show. Because let's be honest, all these guys now, like all these actors that were like, oh, I'm not going to do a TV show.
Right. They're
Wait a
doing it
minute, it's
now.
8 episodes. I'm gonna get paid how much? Yeah, I'm doing a
Right.
TV show.
Exactly.
I mean, they're all doing TV shows now. Like, Disney with Disney Plus and all these Avenger guys that are coming out and making. It's like, I mean, if I
It's
was an
like,
actor, I would literally be calling, hey, Netflix, Apple, all of them. I'd call every single one and go, hey, I just want you to know, if there's anything you guys need me for, I'm in.
right.
Anything you want.
Well, I
Don't
mean,
care.
if you're worth your salt, you either have to be in the Marvel universe in some form or fashion, or you have to be in Fast and Furious. Either one of those two.
I think Fast and Furious is kind of losing its luster, though.
Well, it definitely did. But up until this point, they
Yeah.
had literally they got what's her name? The old lady that's in it, like a very world renowned actress. Excuse me.
I'm sorry, I got caught up in deviance a little. Don't throw Mama from the train too. Oh God. Jesus.
Yeah. Oh, well,
Um,
listen. Can we sidejag for a second?
yeah, of course. The whole show is.
Since we've done the Framing Britney Spears documentary, I
Mhm.
followed her on Instagram, right?
Oh, okay.
Um, she really is crazy, dude. Like,
That
I,
shit.
so I was sitting there reading. I'm thinking like, maybe somebody should have been watching over her money right now because, like she is just talking about crazy shit on her Instagram lives. She posted a bunch of naked pictures. Yeah, dude, it's
Listen, man. Let's be honest. Documentaries are shot to make
yeah,
whatever you want to be. If you want to make it look like you're having a good time, you know, obviously we've shot some very focused documentaries. Like we shot when we shot the Kicker documentary. Um, we had a purpose. We had a goal when we shot the audio control documentary and the
yeah,
Rockford one that you guys haven't seen yet. When we shot those documentaries, we had an intention to go in and we knew what we wanted to do. We wanted to tell this story from this angle so that everyone that watched it would come away with a preconceived notion of holy shit, this is, oh my gosh, that's what you do. That's a documentary. I mean,
Right.
the news is dead. The news of let's be honest and tell things. It's not that you're not honest. It's just that it's literally you can turn something 2 degrees and tell a whole different story.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what a documentary is. I mean, that's all it is. It's not a bad thing or a good thing. Okay. I feel when you watch a documentary, you have to decide, was it, did they do a good job? Did they interview the right people?
Yeah.
And I feel if you do a documentary and you don't have the opportunity to interview the person that the documentary is about, I feel like you're kind of missing something. But
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
again,
You're
I
just
also look
telling
at it
your
and go,
story.
well, the guy might be dead.
Right.
You know.
Eh, yeah, for sure. I mean, what Emily Dickinson said, they're telling the truth, but they're telling it slant.
Well, no, actually, it was Obi-Wan Kenobi that said it best.
Okay, what hit
Oh,
me
you
with it?
don't know that one?
No, I don't. I don't
So
know on the top of the head.
okay, so in Star Wars, in A New Hope, when Luke meets Obi-Wan for the first time, he says, Darth Vader betrayed and murdered your father, Anakin Skywalker. Okay.
Yeah.
So later on in the movie, where Obi-Wan is now dead, I think it was Return of the Jedi, and Luke is talking to the Force ghost of Obi-Wan. He says, it's Return of the Jedi, because now he knows his father is Darth Vader. He goes, you said my father is dead. He goes, no, the good man that was Anakin Skywalker became Darth Vader and ceased to exist. So it's true from a certain point of view. So basically, what he was, the whole,
Yeah, yeah.
it's all true from a certain point of view is really what the whole gist of it is. And to me, that's kind of how it's like, God damn it, fame, that needs to be on a shirt. It's all true from a certain point of view. Ben Kenobi, because that's reality. Reality is
Right.
how it's perceived by the people you're telling it to. I could tell you a story and it could sound great. Did it happen that way? You don't know, but I sure as hell made it sound like it did. So let's just go with that. Fiction is fun.
Yeah. Here we
Can we
go.
talk about both Luke and Leia had the Force but didn't know they were siblings? And they kissed.
Classic. Classic.
Oh, yeah.
They did it on purpose. So
Well, okay. So do you have an answer for it?
No, I do not. Go ahead.
Okay. So the simple answer is, you got to remember, Force sensitive people were hunted down and killed at that time. Like, if you displayed any Force ability, they would kill you. They had executioners, whatever. Anyways, that would come around and kill you. So Leia, being the smarter of the two, would have known to like keep that down. Keep the Force sensitivity down, because she didn't want any part of that, and her father, who was a politician, didn't want any part of that either. Because the real joke is, Jimmy Smits was supposed to be her dad.
Yeah.
So you found the most Latino guy to have the whitest girl ever as your daughter.
It works different in Star Wars.
Sure. We'll go with that. So I think there's more to the story. I think, thank you. It's Inquisitor. I don't know. Is there any other good movies coming out that we haven't seen? I mean,
I
I
don't
don't know. Like, I want to see Protege or Snake Eyes.
Protege.
Protege is another chick flick. That's the one that has Samuel L. Jackson in it. As a hitman that apparently dies, and then she's got to come back. It's also got Michael Keaton in it. It looks like it's gonna suck so bad. But so does Snake Eyes, so it's like,
I want to see Snake Eyes for sure.
I do want to see Snake Eyes. 2 weeks, Dean's favorite movie, and oh, you need help, man. I saw Snake Eyes, and did you like it, Dave? That's really the question I would ask.
Yeah.
And Rebels, the Inquisitors were the Force sensitive that raised the dark side, then killed all the others. Exactly. The Inquisitors were bad, dude. Rebels was awesome.
What's Voyagers?
Voyagers.
I'm just looking at what's coming on HBO Max.
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at some. That's sci-fi.
Probably.
Mm, there's a Tina Turner one coming out.
Oh, cool.
I don't know
Did
when
you
it's
did you
coming out.
see where Will Smith's next movie is going to be? He's the dad of the Williams daughters.
No.
Yeah, so it's his he's it's the story of their dad and how he raised the tennis players.
Oh, that might be pretty good.
It looked interesting. Apparently, he wasn't like a Jackson dad or a Ted, one of those goofballs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Ford Fairlane too, dude. You guys are just putting a 2 on everything.
Yeah.
Order 66. Oh, Clifford the Big Red Dog. Oh my gosh.
Let me see.
King
HBO
something.
Max schedule.
Order 66 Part 2.
Yeah, what haven't we seen? We got 2 weeks to watch it.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I guess we could just come up with something on the fly, or if we see something. Because I watched 0 spooky movies. I didn't watch anything spooky.
Dude, I haven't watched anything. I literally
Yeah.
watched Dune, and that took up every free moment I have. The Green Knight doesn't look good.
What's that?
It looks stupid. Looked really dumb. King Ralph too. Good guy. Well, Dave, did you like Snake Eyes? I guess was the question. Did you answer that? That was more. Let's
Snake Eyes.
see it. Then we can talk
Let me see and
about it.
just watch. Let me pull it up.
Nobody ever expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Eyes.
Snake Eyes Part 2.
Let's see. Oh, the first people who also ask, is Snake Eyes good or bad? Let's go to IMDb.
I mean, technically,
Does it
Snake
matter?
Eyes is a. I mean, is he a good guy or bad guy? Is the question, right?
Well, he's a Cobra, right?
No, he's a GI Joe.
No. Is he a G.I. Joe?
Yeah, because
Right.
Storm Shadow, the
Uh,
stepbrother, is the White Ninja, who is the bad guy.
all right.
Oh wow, look at that, 5.4 stars.
Well, that's usually a good sign for me because if the critics don't like it, I typically enjoy it somewhat.
Oh, and you can rent it for $4.99.
Oh, it's rentable now?
It's rentable now. We've waited long
Oh,
enough. If
dude,
you want
Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes.
Snake
Why
Eyes,
not?
it is. All right,
Snake
cool.
Eyes.
We'll watch Snake Eyes. It is.
Listen, if there's one thing we've discovered is that we like karate movies. We like action movies. We like karate movies.
Oh yeah.
It's like ninjas. I mean, come on.
Ooh, Cowboy Bebop. Have you seen the preview for that?
No.
Watch. Do yourself a favor. Watch the. It's a new series. It's a cartoon. It's an anime, and they're converting it over into a TV show. I think on Netflix next month.
Oh, wow.
And it's a space. They're called cowboys, but they're like either assassins or investigators. I don't remember which one.
Yeah.
But the reason why I say you're gonna like it is because it has the dude from Komar and what's his name go to
White Castle.
White Castle, the Japanese
Was it have
guy.
Kumar or Harold? Oh, so it's Harold.
Yeah, it's a karate. It's got karate.
Yeah.
Karate and guns and space and all the things that make for a good TV show. It's a TV show. Yeah.
But wait, so it's live action cartoon?
No, it's no
Mix?
cartoon. It's just
It's just live action.
They took the
Right,
anime
right.
and they made kind of like Ghost in the Shell.
Oh, okay.
There
So
again.
so the reverse of what was that movie that the Matrix people come out with?
Oh.
Speed Racer. You remember that?
Yeah, but yes. Well, no, the Speed Racer was a cartoon first.
That's what I'm saying. It was a cartoon. They turned it into a movie.
Yeah, well, that's what they did here. Cowboy
Right.
Bebop was an anime cartoon, and they turned it into a movie. So it's the same.
Yeah.
thing. But no, you got to dude, it looks really cool.
I'll check it out.
Castaway 2, Wilson's demise. Wilson died in the first one, man. You had to get Wilson too. Bounty Hunters. Okay, so yeah. I'm excited about Cowboy Bebop, right? I'm excited too, man. I just saw the preview the other night and I was like, dude, that went too far, Deviant. I think that went too far. All right. So we got Snake Eyes.
Snake Eyes.
2 weeks from now.
2 weeks.
Pretty excited.
Yeah, it should be fun.
Matrix 6. Oh, the Matrix will be out next month or December.
I'm
That's gonna be,
definitely gonna see The Matrix when it comes
dude.
out.
That'll be on HBO.
Yeah,
That's another HBO
I'll
one.
watch that. All right, I
I
didn't know
know,
that
just
was
shit.
HBO.
I didn't either,
Perfect.
and I was like, wait, that went from 0 to nothing, and it's gonna be on HBO. Whoa, okay.
Right. Hey, man, I'm obligated to watch every Matrix film, just like the Fast and Furious. Even though I've been severely damaged in my Fast and Furious fandom from the last movie.
It wasn't even a movie. I mean,
I know it was
every
like,
time I walk through Target and I still see like the like people
yeah,
buy it, and I'm like,
yeah,
dude,
it was
this like
sucked, dude.
so 3 months ago, man. Who still hasn't seen this movie?
Right.
Like who in COVID has not seen who? Okay, let me put it. Who in COVID's time has not seen this movie that wants to see this movie? Like
Right.
nobody. We've all already seen it if we wanted to see it. Okay, that's like saying, "Oh, did you watch Tiger King?"
Yeah.
Yeah, we all saw it. Everyone that wanted to see it saw it 2 years ago. Okay, and we
Right.
all laughed and we're like, "Oh, this can only get better," and we were wrong.
You want to know the most egregious thing about the last Fast and Furious? They held it for 2 years because of COVID,
Yeah, it sucked
and then
that
they gave
bad.
us that turd. Yeah. Huh. I'm gonna be angry about it forever, so we can just move on.
No, because we have one more to sit through.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna watch it too, and I'll probably be disappointed as well.
If they don't bring The Rock back, it's gonna suck. It has to have The Rock and
I
Jason
I
Statham in
don't
it.
think The Rock wants to work with Vin Diesel.
I wouldn't want to work with him either, especially after coming out with that last turd. But the
Right.
movie is not going to succeed at all if it doesn't have
Yeah.
Statham and The Rock.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest. Okay, so now you have to pick. You've seen The Rock and Statham, and you've seen 10. Which one? You're on a desert island. You got to bring one of them with you. Which one are you bringing?
No, I don't like. I don't want them. I just sit there and I'll draw shit in the sand. Oh man.
Well, hey guys, that's the show. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't seen Dune yet and you got 2.5 hours to spend, watch it, but know that the ending is a cliffhanger like a mother. And
Yeah.
you're just gonna be like, wait, what? So, but watch it because up until that point, it's a very enjoyable movie, TV show. So yeah, it'll be cool. It'll be cool. It's definitely cinematic for a TV show. Uh, check it out. I'm not giving it a great review, but I loved it. I enjoyed
Yeah.
every minute of it, and I'm gonna
Oh
watch
yeah.
it again. So
It's enjoyable. I'm gonna watch it again as well.
yeah, I almost have to because you
Yeah,
fell
you
asleep
got
the
to.
first time.
Twice.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Side Jag. We'll see you next time.